What's up? Welcome to the stream. I am the Frenchman. What's up, Kuma? Kuma. All right, we gonna watch this shit called some motherfucking homework. I feel it. Watch this shit called some fucking what is it? Spotted by a Russian drone. Is that what this goofy shit called? All right, let me open this shit up in a way that we can actually watch it. Let's watch this piece of shit. And I say that, okay, I'm going to try my hardest to be unbiased throughout the ordeal that is this fucking quote unquote documentary. Because I've seen like the first 4 minutes of it. I tried to skip around on it. And literally every frame I skipped to was a frame where Dylan was in the center of the shot. So I have a feeling. I know what this is going to be like. Also, I know that the audio is completely fucking scuffed because I could literally hear the fucking wind in the background. But other than that, I'm going to keep an open mind because if the proper action was taken, you know what I mean? I'm looking for some of these interviews that he said he was doing. The thing that everyone wants to, I'm going to try to approach this with the same level of hype that everyone else is, that all of the stands that I see in the comment section have. I generally have little interest in military operation or their involvement or any of that shit. It's just not a thing for me. I kind of think that's white people shit, honestly. But to each their own. If it's cool war coverage or whatever, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of an oxymoron to me. Cool. But we'll see how this shit plays out. I'm going to try my hardest to give it a chance and not be biased. But I'm going to let a few more people filter in before I get it going. Shout out to Mix Maddie. Shout out to Jason Society. I know I started a little late, so not as many people in this pieces I feel like would normally be by this point in the stream if I had started at my normal time. But I guess I'm gonna get it started. I'll start the video right at midnight. Rashomaru, what's happening? How you feeling? I'm getting prepared. Pack watch? Yeah, we're watching. This is Dylan Burns' career pack tonight. We're about to smoke on Dylan Burns' career. That's what we're about to do. We smoking on Dylan Burns' fucking quote unquote journalistic career. But who knows? He might get himself a nice job at like fucking like, I don't know. I feel like that's the goal, at least one of the sub goals. I have a feeling I know what the real goal is, but we'll see. Dylan will get himself a nice job writing for like Vice or fucking NPR or something. Real cush. Very desperate to be taken seriously. When he's the guy that puts CTV on. That's the house. Hippy Dippy is the house that Dylan built. And the owner of the house is CTV. Yo, what up, Selassie? You fuck with that stream title? So I'm gonna wait till midnight on the nose to go to start this video. Some wholesome travel content? Yeah, likewise. All of it looked very entertaining and very interesting. And very, definitely not war touristy at all. It's definitely not war tourism. Before we do this, because this will be fun, let's actually look up the definition of war tourism. Here is, just so everyone, so we all are on the same time here. Because I have a feeling I know what the defense is going to be to being called war tourism, just based on the comment section in this video. But war tourism is recreational travel to active or former war zones for purposes of sightseeing or historical study. The term may be used pejoratively to describe thrill-seeking in dangerous and forbidden places. In 1988, P.J. O'Rourke applied the pejorative meaning to war correspondents. Interesting. Let's check out 21st century war tourism. Former security professional Rick Sweeney formed Warzone Tours in 2008, while another of the companies operating in this market was begun by a former New York Times journalist, Nicholas Wood. That's wild. So you have former journalists doing this shit. Sweeney is part of a group of tour guides who take tourists to countries that have experienced or are mired in conflict. A tourist on a trip to Baghdad in 2010 might have paid up to $40,000. So there's a lot of money in this shit, apparently. 2014 reported war tourism was on the increase and included tourists in Israel to spectate on the Syrian civil war. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. The desire for the experience and the documentation and photographing of it through social networking could be helping to increase war tourism, according to a Tel Aviv-based journalist. War tourism in Israel is also covered in the 2011 documentary film War Matador by Avner Fenglert. I hope I didn't butcher that, and Maccabee Abramson. I hope I didn't butcher those names. In Iran, students, members of Basij militia, and interested people are routinely taken to the former battle sites of the Iran-Iraq War, as the war is considered by the Iranian ruling regime a holy defense and an ideological pillar to the existence of the ruling Islamic Republic. The trips are organized by Basij, an offshoot of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, which enlists the travelers, normally in mosques, schools, or universities. The trips, which are officially called Tours for the Travelers of Light, are low cost and are taken by bus under poor safety conditions. Since 2008, the buses taking the tourists have caused death to over 75 travelers in about 7 trips. In 2013, the then education minister Haji Babai proposed, I hope I didn't butcher that, proposed that those killed in these tours be granted the degree of martyr. That's kind of wild. That's kind of fucking wild. So, yeah. War tourism. So, with that in mind, knowing that in modern times, in the 21st century, it's typically, not typically, but it's not unheard of for journalists to be doing war tourism. Specifically the Syrian conflict. Let's check out what we going on. Dylan wants to be that guy that chewed in half in Starship Troopers? Yeah. Hold on, this fucking goofball ass ad. Alright, let's check this shit out now. Y'all ready for this? Let's do it. This is be total shit.
Okay, I'm rolling. Just whenever you're ready.
Okay. I feel like very, very lucky on one hand, not only because, again, people work their whole careers to get this level of access. We're being escorted by the Ukraine.
So, literally, the first thing he's talking about is his access. That's not weird to y'all? That the first thing we see in literally the first 15 fucking seconds of the video is him talking about how privileged he is because of his level of access. We haven't led with anything about the Ukrainian people, about the conflict, about Vladimir Putin, about Zelensky, about the history of Ukraine. Nothing like that. It's just him and his LARP-ass plate carrier talking about how excited he is that he gets to go see this shit and show it to all of us. Most importantly, right?
Ukrainian military and aid workers to the front line to interview people and to videotape at the front line. It's insane. I mean, obviously, there's a tinge of nervousness. I'm trying to ignore that mostly because I've never been in a situation like this before. The closest thing I can even imagine was January 6th because I was there on January 6th. Thankfully, I'm not here wearing a Biden hoodie.
Yeah, I was just about to comment on that. I'm glad he did, but like, fam, like, you were literally a January 6th in a fucking Biden hoodie. You were doing fucking dark tourism, fam. Well, not dark tourism, but like, you were trying to get into some shit.
As well, because I was at January 6th with a Biden hoodie because I'm a imbecile. I'll try not to do that today. I still can't get over the fact that they said take off the press thing that'll make you a bigger target. I can't get over that.
Yeah.
That's so fucked.
Why is he surprised by this? Like, why is he surprised by that? I don't know.
And also, for the record, we're nervous too. It's normal.
Yeah. I'd imagine.
My name is Dylan Burns, and I'm a content creator from Maryland who, until recently, was covering the Russian invasion of Ukraine from my home in the United States on Twitch.
Oh, okay, so the documentary is about him. It's about him. Oh, okay. Now everything makes sense. This whole thing has been about him. Hi, I'm Dylan Burns. See, this is... he's going for the Sundance vibe. This is the more serious stuff he was going for. His YouTube travel vlog. This is the house that Dylan Burns built. Do you understand? Do you understand if I had thought that this person was going to do anything like this, I bet you're wondering how a YouTuber from Maryland ended up in the Ukraine war. Like, this is... I don't know. When I was in... I feel like... Okay. Did you guys see any of the coverage of the Baltimore protests that I did? I'm just curious. I know most of you probably haven't. Some of you have. So I guess I'm just going to throw out there. The camera was never on me. Ever. I won't say not ever. I did some selfie shots. I walked up to a couple people and interviewed them, but it was very obviously like just off of my phone. So like, I gotta say that that's also why this is weird to me, because the amount of times I appeared on camera throughout that entire week was very minimal, I would say, to the point where there was certain periods of time, certain things would happen, like I would drop my phone, and people wouldn't even know if it was actually me still holding the camera. You know what I mean? So like, and the things that I would talk about and the things that I would try to capture would be so far and away from anything that I would feel remotely comfortable being like, hi guys, this is my submission to the Sundance Film Festival. Like, Freckle and I were having this conversation about like this project having taken so long, and this is before I even get into the quality of this shit, because we're gonna have a serious conversation about that. But like, when Freckle and I talked about like specifically the interviews, like going to talk to people, would be first of all in like tandem with doing acts of service for the people out there, so helping them do stuff like deliver water bottles, blah 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 blah, like actually being a part of that recovery infrastructure out there and getting to know people that way, which is the natural way you get interviews from people and get stories from people, right? But also the fact that even if it were something as simple as like shitty iPhone recordings, at least making the effort to, if you know, okay, we're going to be outside, I should treat the audio for the outdoor setting, right? Or if you're going to be at the bunk, just like shooting the shit for a minute, cool, or inside or whatever. At least try to go to a quiet place to talk or whatever, right? No matter what medium it was on, even if it was like a shitty iPhone recording, would be worth its weight in gold in terms of what it would mean to getting that message out into the world on behalf of like mass struggle, right? So like, it's weird that they would be, first of all, putting so much effort into all of this shit, right? He talks about how he dropped 20 bands to go out there, and I guess forgot to buy a gimbal and a lav mic with a windscreen, right? But also that it's taking this long for them to put this shit out, right? So I'm hoping that there's going to be some fire fucking interviews in this first video, right? Because the title is clickbaity. The first like 2 minutes of this shit is reading to me like a fucking travel vlog, right? Like, there better be some real serious fucking meat somewhere in this video, because this shit is rubbing me the wrong way already.
In YouTube. But I decided that I wanted to cover the war more in depth, talk to those affected by it, and see the reality of the war firsthand so I can improve my coverage. After a lot of preparation, I got on a plane and went to Ukraine. There, I gathered an experienced team that included Patrick Hillsman, a journalist who has covered the war in Syria, Philip, an impromptu getaway driver and photographer, and Pavel, our rough and tumble fixer. We then embedded with the Angels of War, a volunteer organization led by the always eccentric Alexei, which is made up of medics who go to the front line to deliver supplies and transport those injured by the war to safety.
So he is helping.
With this team, we headed towards the frontline city of Zaporozhye. where we would be able to get access to the front line of the war with local Ukrainians.
This is just straight up war tourism at this point. Like, cool, dude. You like put your camera in the scope of the fucking recoilless rifle.
Not too far out at this point, and we've been given an update that we might have the ability to actually, if we're allowed, if they give us permission.
Okay, so see, alright. This is me now, being from the same state. Why not put that much effort? Why not put this much effort into Baltimore? Rhetorical question. We know the answer to that question.
Interview soldiers and go to the point of contact, also known as point zero. I'm very interested to do that. Of course, we're going to make sure to do everything safely, do everything by the book. I'm going to, of course, listen to my friends here who are going to give me all the advice I need to stay alive. I have put my lives completely in the hands of the local Polish community. Whether that is a wise decision, I will leave up to the historians.
It's only a wise decision in Poland.
It's only a wise decision in Poland. Recently, we actually saw a Ukrainian Su-25 pass overhead, which is the first time I've actually seen a aircraft.
The foreign policy guy.
First time I've seen an aircraft.
So if I understand correctly, he gave up his position in politics as the foreign policy guy too. But given how little he seems to know about a lot of this shit, both the logistics of it and the history of it, it's weird that he has, like, I don't know where that branding comes from. I genuinely don't. Because he like the State Department line guy would be more accurate with a lot of the takes that he's had on a lot of the shit. It's just like, I don't know. Me personally, ageism, trigger warning, ageism, I don't trust people who weren't fucking alive for 9/11 to tell me about foreign policy. Like, I don't trust people who don't even understand what the United States actually is to tell me about foreign policy. If you have 1776 in your fucking name, you probably don't really have a whole lot to tell me about how the United States moves. He worked on a campaign as an advisor a couple years ago. I thought he was doing that now. Because that person is running now. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I don't pay attention to a lot of that shit. Shout out to fucking Ashley Esposito, because she took a W. She from Violetville.
Period in the country, because
one of the many college kids that worked on that campaign. Okay, so we're talking about the Mike Gravel thing, where he is just like, where Mike Gravel specifically got like high school and college kids to work on that shit. So, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. So, okay, so that then. Damn. It'd be like if my fucking parents took me to Chuck E. Cheese and I just started calling myself an expert in fucking Italian cuisine.
with all the airports shut down due to the war, I haven't seen any. And I grew up in the D.C. area, so I'm used to seeing planes all the time. And so seeing that was pretty surreal.
There's hella planes here all the fucking time. And Baltimore being close to shit to BWI. Okay, so my question is, how often is he actually doing this right here, though? And if he's quitting the Hippy Dippy and shit to do this shit, salute. You know what I mean? But, like, it seemed like he had hella time to do shit, like, for example, write a fucking hour and 10 minute long, or publish hour and 10 minute long fucking Karen video about me. You know what I mean? He had time to do a lot of shit out there that was not what we're looking at right here. So it just makes me wonder, as a person who was the direct target of a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, if he's trying to double down on this right here, which is the one thing he should be fucking doing out there, if he's going to be out there, then great. Excelente, muy gente.
able to set up frontline access for today. We were able to set up some interviews for today. This is really unprecedented for me, at least. I had no idea we were going to be able to be given this level of access. And so currently,
we're 4 minutes in, dog. We're 4 minutes in, and we're just like watching him do stuff and talk about how much access he has and himself. Tight.
Armor on. I have a helmet, and I'm actually headed towards
Yeah,
the
you
front,
are doing war
around
press.
Zaporozhye.
Of course, you're gonna have all that
And,
shit on.
We're going to do this
That's
safely. I've been given medical training. I'm not going to be doing anything silly. I'm taking this extremely seriously. I've been given a rundown of what I'm supposed to do. In fact, I actually had a press badge that I was going to wear, but I was advised that this actually has an ability to shine. And the problem with me wearing this is that this actually makes me, according to the people I'm with, a easier target for Russian snipers, because they'll be able to see the shine off of it, and they don't believe that the Russians are going to respect the Geneva Convention. Well, they haven't really up to this point, so I have no reason to doubt them. So I'm actually not going to be wearing the press badge. So it's going to, besides the cameras and the mics, they won't be able to see anything that identifies me as press, for my own safety, which is ethically fucked.
Americans are paying record.
I mean, yeah. Nah, I mean, that's probably real, but it's like, how the fuck would you go out there and not know that? Given everything we've seen between Israel and Palestine, like, how the fuck would you not know that? What's he gonna need? You bet they make fun of him behind his back? Yeah, probably. I will try to play Kano. When I play MK, I'll play Kano. That's fucking stupid ass ad. Cut that shit off. Professional streamer.
So boys, how's morale?
Good. Even keeled so far, which is about as good as it can be.
Even keel? What about you? What about you, Philip?
I'm fine. I'm very good.
Very good. What are you expecting out of today, Patrick?
I expect us to follow all the safety regulations and to go film at the front and then get back safely.
That's a good mission statement.
Yep.
And with a little luck, we might record something interesting.
Oh, it'll be interesting, and the access we have is really good. For Ukraine, this is really, really good access. Like, a lot of journalists have been unable to get any access at all to the front line, and so this is because our colleague Pavel is a madman, and he's able to do things that other people can't do sometimes.
Are you telling me that they didn't pull up Dylan Burns' TV and see me debate Jackson Hinkle and said, well, this is the man who needs to show our people to the world?
Dog, like...
That isn't the situation that occurred?
He should come here to debate you.
My goodness.
6 minutes in, and we're just hyping up how awesome it's gonna be, how much access they got, how special Dylan is. That's all I've been hearing in the first 6 minutes of this. I got spotted by a Russian drone in Ukraine, clickbait, fucking. This is dope fucking. You know what I mean? Especially with the grift he's already pulling with his already existing audience and a thumbnail and a clickbait ass title and shit. This is gonna be clickbait for like at least months to come, I'd say. And in a couple of years, I would wonder what their rate is like outside of like people who watch past 10 minutes. But like, this is some excellent fucking clickbait. This reminds me of the shit that I used to do when I was a skitty, where I would make like fake blogs, just like copy pasting other people's shit so I could just get the obscure hits and the extra couple cents.
What is it, like 34, 35 journalists have already died in the conflict? It's been going on for
Ali.
100 days. Today's actually, did you know that, Patrick? Today's the 100th day of the conflict.
I didn't
100th
know
day
that.
of the
That's weird.
invasion is today. Anybody who thinks this is going to be negotiated away anytime soon, they're just not in a position to negotiate. Either the Russians are not in a position to negotiate territory away from the Ukrainians, and the Ukrainians don't want to give up. They don't want to give up their territory. What Russia's demanding is absolutely absurd.
You need to be prepared for this shit today.
Yeah, these roads aren't good.
Why did he feel the need to do this again? I mean, I haven't figured that out, honestly. It's been like 7 minutes in, and we've just heard about how special Dylan is and how much access they're getting. And, like, watched him, like, move some supplies inside of a compound, I guess. But I guess now we're getting to the good part. I think. They're going to the front line to show us all the nice war tourist shit. They're gonna go up there so that we can go, oh, that's so crazy looking! Like, they're geared up. I mean, I'd be geared up. You kind of have to be geared up to do this.
Є, але мало.
Знаешь где? Как можно, мы хотели поговорить с ним. Сделать интервью.
Побачимо.
Да?
Тут можна поснімати, пройти, поснімати все на відео, як поруйновані хати.
So we're gonna see bombed houses.
Так мы пойдем там где-то магазин.
А, можеш магазин, да, поснімати, так. Пішли.
Дякую.
We cannot physically go any further than basically over that hill over there. The reason being that that's where they're fighting. And so we've been given about like 20 to 30 minutes to walk around.
Why does his helmet look like
We're
that?
within Russian artillery range, we're within Russian missile range. Within range of basically everything, besides maybe small arms fire. And so we're going to be here for a short period of time, 20 to 30 minutes, and we have to get out of here so we can record the area. If anything is seen suspicious, obviously we leave.
People still live here, innit?
I assume so. But just not in these houses, right?
I think there's still people living here.
Ребята наши защищаются до Оріхова, щоб пустити переутні, понимаете?
Будьте здоровы, и все будет
То,
добре.
що не так викликати там.
Жінка в мене є. Жінка теж в Оріхові живе. Тут нас
This is the best part.
дача, ну, типа такого. І воронки там є, все. А куди нам їхати?
But the audio is so fucking scuffed. Are you kidding me? He's fucking up the best part. He's just standing there with a fucking Zoom in his hand? No way. No way.
Будьте здоровы.
That's how he got all the interviews? By just standing with a fucking naked ass?
Жінка теж в Оріхові живе.
Dog, he's just standing there with the butt naked Zoom in his hand. He didn't even get no attachments for that? He dropped 20 fucking bands to go out there. This is embarrassing, dog. This is kind of embarrassing. Like, did he just, like, before he left for Ukraine, buy that thing and, like, walk around his room, be like, okay, cool, got it. Like, I can hear the whole fucking Donbas region in that fucking mic, dog. It's supposed to have a headset underneath. That's why it's like sideways on his head like that. Like it's crooked. Because everybody else's helmet is like straight.
Тут нас, типа як дача, ну, типа такого. І воронки там є, все. А куди нам їхати? Куди їхати?
Like an earpiece. See, look at his helmet. His shit's on straight.
Rocket start.
Being kind enough to guide us to where
Dylan's helmet had the gangster lean.
show it to us.
Пішли там.
Tegma. Look at his little plate carrier.
This guy, who we just interviewed, was kind enough to bring us to the spot where a rocket struck one of his neighbor's homes. As you can see, this room is completely destroyed. The wall has been taken out. It looks like there might have been a door here. The door is completely gone. The bricks have fallen. As you can see, there's some roof damage as
You just hear the
well.
wind blowing in the fucking mic.
This is just a completely gaping home. It makes this house completely unlivable. It also has shattered the windows over there as well. You can actually look and see ceiling of the room, if you get close enough, has actually started to cave in. And not only to destroy this wall, but the wall behind it in the home as well is damaged with another gaping hole. When you compare this to destruction throughout a lot of the country, many homes are going to take years to fix if they're fixable and they don't have to start all
See,
over
why does his
from
helmet look like
scratch.
that?
This is Russian strategy, and this is what the effect of it is on the ground. This is what.
Why does his helmet have the gangster lean? My man got this shit chock full of ads, too. Chock full of ads. Hell yeah. Monetize the fuck out that shit. All the IRL streamers out here, he couldn't figure out the audio for this piece of shit. That's what it looks like. He dropped 20 bands for this. Wild. Chase a bag.
Inner walls of the building, meaning the artillery took out the wall outside, the outer wall.
Listen to that.
Part of the ceiling, parts of the ceiling are collapsing in, shattered basically all of the windows because it struck the back of the house. This is the.
What up, Wither King? But also, like, fam, I spent $100 on a fucking lav mic specifically to do this kind of shit. Not this, because this is goofy ass war tourism, but like street interviews. Like, I specifically got an entire setup just to make sure that my audio would be crispy when I'm just standing outside talking, no matter if there's hella wind, fucking people talking in the background and shit. You figured out the audio in your gym for $20, you could have helped him. That's what I'm saying. He could have stopped by Baltimore and borrowed my fucking lav mic and the windscreen. You know what I mean? I could have even showed him some attachments for the Tascam Zoom he has in his fucking hand that he's just like pointing up into the sky and talking into while he does audio for this shit. It seems like, and this is just a guess, you know what I mean? This is just a vibe. It seems like he has no experience and no authority doing any of this shit, so he probably shouldn't be out there. Seems like he has no fucking clue what he's doing. Just a vibe, though. Just a general vibe. You know what I mean?
Front of the house. So this is what Russian artillery does. It slices through homes. It takes out not only entire rooms, but entire sections of houses. And this is all done by a single artillery shell. The person who showed us where the artillery shell destroyed a local home is now bringing us to show even more destruction. Here's another person's house. A house's roof caved in due to the Russian bombardment.
Just peeping some destruction. Just people's, things that they own and love in the worst possible state of their lives. Just showing it to us for our entertainment.
I think it's self-evident the type of damage it could do to civilians, and the damage it already has done to civilians.
Why is he wearing the helmet like that?
Have already been hit in the war. Whether it was purposefully or not, it depends if you're listening to the Russians or you're listening to the human rights monitors. Again, I would like somebody to explain to me the military significance of a small farm.
Thanks for the like, bud.
Thank you. That guy was extremely helpful.
This is cool. He's talking about volunteers. What the fuck, dog? I want to hear this.
Да, ну как за что? Это большое спасибо, знаете. Мы поняли наконец-то, что польский народ не польский, нам ближе, чем вот этот русский и белорусский. Что, ну, кто не любит. А вот поляки и... Да мы всегда, и наши казаки, и ваши пращуры там тоже, все, это было одно. Ну, просто российская, царская Россия, надо. Им все мало. Вместо того, чтобы самим что-то сделать, надо пойти где-то у кого-то украсть, кого-то забрать, но самим ничего не делать. Их зависть бьет, что у людей больше есть, чем у них. Так что у тебя больше было, нагинайся, бери, работай. Земля есть, все есть, берите, работайте. Чем мы вам мешали? Вот получается так что. Ну, вот так вот. Сильно не расстраиваемся, начали более расстраиваться, более делать так себе, чтобы было уютно, хорошо. Ну не получается. Вот морпех свидетель. Только немножко облагородились прилеты. Эта позиция называется яма, мы ее назвали. Потому что в основном как бы все сюда прилетает. Был конвой, что люди выезжали с Мариуполя, с Бердянска, вот через нас. Ну, специально брали, выпускали людей, когда здесь собирается колонна, что растягивалась. От ихнего блокпоста до нашего блокпоста начинали отстрелы. Вот, так что няч, я не знаю, что это. Живем вот так вот. Наготове, бронежилеты, все так наготовке. Нам там сейчас пацаны отдыхать. Ну зайдите, посмотрите.
Our hosts have been extremely kind and has given me access to walk through one of the trenches, and you can just look around. There's a solar panel. A solar panel. Look at this. Department of Defense, United States of America. It's a little different from a Russian.
What the fuck is this
The
video?
reason why
I'm about to
is this
throw
one
up.
actually isn't expired, and I think they appreciate that. So here's actually just one small example.
Why is the video look? Is he recording with a fucking iPhone? I'm sorry, dog. Let me run it back because I'm talking. They forgot he seriously went out there and bring a fucking gimbal, dog. Like, what is this video doing?
States of America. It's a little different from a Russian MRE, and the reason why is this one actually isn't expired, and I think they appreciate that. So here's actually just one small example of American aid directly helping on the front lines.
I would say that I don't hate it, but like the shit that, especially from like the fucking with the scuffed ass audio just now, the interview he was just doing, that kind of shit is too fucking important for it to be presented this goofy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm watching this shit and I'm sick. Like, I'm sick. You know what I mean? Like, he would have been better off just narrating it low key, dog. I don't know how they salvage. Shout out to Mr. Geek who fucking stopped sucking on a baguette long enough to get this video proper, because this shit is crazy.
Kind of weird. It's like we come full circle. During the Second World War, it was the Russians who used American tanks and ate out of American cans, ate their American beans and peaches. And now, it's the Ukrainians who's doing it.
I think the one word I would use to describe
God damn it,
this
Joey.
rower is powerful.
There's so many ads on this shit, dog. This is so goofy. This is so gross, fam. All these fucking ads. How many ads have you seen on my stream tonight? Tell me.
Месяц назад мы когда, ну, грубо говоря, заехали, мы думали, что мы попали в сафари. Ну.
Yeah, that ain't EOD.
They're getting rid of the mines. Ну він не розорваний, понял?
See the pieces of it? Oh wow, it's
Yeah.
embedded?
It's embedded.
Урага.
You can still see the parts. You can even see like the bottom part of the rocket.
Для затягивають шрам. Там от поля.
Is Orhan like the word for live or rocket?
That's so wild.
Чужие с вами teraz?
Да, ну, вот там, с этого бункера, вот, да, мы его перемотали, ну, перебинтовали, все.
Я возил творки с фронта до
Вот. И его, вот этого пса тоже, волонтеры, все остальное. Ну, есть фото, его в Запорожье отправили.
Also there was a dog which every day came to them and they were feeding this dog.
Собак привела. Маленьких 3 мальчиков своих. Детенышей. О. А вот это она вот. Мамка. Вот у него ноги задней нет.
Буде репортаж. Це з ним там ви ж в Польщу передаєте, правильно? Потім телеканал, де буде, ну, щоб... Или в Вайбері, Вайбері скинуть. Так, вислать.
Там, смотрите, просто у меня сестра, тетка, брат, ну все. Ну брат, он уже подал еще в 11 году на постоянное жительство. Он там работает, живет. И когда война началась, вот, ну они туда все. Все семейство у него там в Польше. Тоже, кстати, машина из Польши. Да люди, дайте с этими, с Русней, с Путиным разобраться, чтобы он сдох.
Ну да, і так само, похоже. Все,
Вообще не переживай. Давай.
на зв'язку. Не прощаємося.
Damn, they dap up just like us. That's crazy. They really are Europe's black people.
You hold this then?
Русский солдат, давай.
A budget IRL setup would have been better. Look at this video, dude.
So we gotta move.
Okay, just keep running.
He couldn't spend $150 on an iPhone gimbal, dog. This is an embarrassment.
So, Pat, how do you think that went?
Good. Yeah, that was not explosive.
You don't buy the story that it was mine disposal?
They're not doing mine disposal in the middle of the area that's still getting hit where everybody else is in trenches. I mean, like, they might be demining some stuff, but those were shells or rockets or something.
Do you agree with that, Philip?
Yes, they were too powerful for the mines.
Absolutely not mines, yeah. And also, they don't do demining in the middle of visibility when it's still an active front line, it's in no man's land. When you have to wear a helmet to even drive, they're not demining.
So, do you think they told us that it was demining to make us feel more
To
comfortable?
keep us calm, yes, of course.
Yeah.
But that was Russian rockets or Russian artillery, 100%. And it does make me feel more comfortable when they lie to me. So I appreciate it.
I think politicians should lie more. That's my position.
I think the lesson of today is that it's be less truthful. You know.
Yes,
You don't
lie
think
to
you're
your loved
truthful.
ones,
Lie to
and that will keep them safe
lie to your friends
and happy.
Yeah.
We're still currently within artillery and rocket range,
Oh, big time.
so we're trying to zoom past this so we can be out of it. Well, we're always going to be within rocket range, but so we can at least be outside of artillery range, which would make us a lot safer.
What we heard was incoming artillery and rockets, or incoming artillery or rockets.
It's not outcoming. It was
No,
coming
it
towards
wasn't
us.
outgoing. Well, I don't know if it was coming specifically towards us. I don't know what they were aiming for.
But like in the general area.
It was in the general area, and it was Russian.
Not friendly planes, I assume.
No, not friendly. Definitely not.
This is the road. So they're over there. That's where the Russians are.
Yeah, they could see us theoretically right now. Yeah.
Wait, you said they could see us?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that jolly?
Yeah, man.
Have we tried asking nicely?
Maybe if we talk to them, they'll stop.
Just improve the rhetoric.
Maybe if we just ask very nice, please, thank you.
Oh, please, fuckhead, stop bombing us.
Please.
Ask him one to Hippy
You're being
Dippy.
a little rude right now.
Philip, do you know if they have those hills?
Behind the hills. Behind those hills there.
But that's like a pretty typical distance to engage at.
Still within artillery range, I presume?
But we're within range of their rockets, big time.
So this officially means that Russia's Tom, yeah?
Oh yeah, Russia's definitely Tom, dude. Thank you. Actually, no, grab me a Pepsi. They got a Pepsi.
Oh, they got Tom.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The little illustration's kind of tough, I'm gonna lie. He's just petting the cat, you know what I mean? It's Dylan. This is silly, just travel vlog, just traveling, vlogging, you know what I mean? The documentary is about Dylan, yo. It's about Dylan. The real Karen Burns.
Oh my god. This guy's got an umbrella thing. Resident Evil. Huh. Of course I noticed that, because I'm a fucking nerd.
Oh my god, there's another ad's coming. Yeah, he's getting his paper with these ads. I'll tell you that.
We're headed towards the barracks again. Woken up this morning by a lovely air raid siren, so that's great. I'm still trying to process what happened yesterday, but I mean, I don't really got much time left to process it because we're headed to the barracks, so we're going to start again today. We had to rush a little bit this morning because we all slept in. I guess we were all very tired from yesterday, which is understandable, I think. Which means that we got like 3 batteries we got to do recording off of today. I left my phone at the place. I forgot it, so I'm in the dark. I'm under. I think I know like kind of what we have planned today. What everybody has planned for us kind of sometimes changes on the fly. So I'm interested to get a lot more footage today. What do you expect out of today, Pat?
We're gonna go to another front line. That's probably another static front, but more like urban. I don't know. I haven't been given any other details, but again, just follow safety regulations and wear armor.
Yeah, we're gonna be safe. We're going to listen to everyone around us. I'm gonna stick to my guide like a hawk, and yeah.
Oh, he's got a tour guide. He's got a tour guide. Oh.
Stay safe.
That's right, people.
How you feeling?
Oh, like $1 million.
Like $1 million?
It is, in gold, actually.
Okay, we just got out of the army barracks. We suited up. My helmet was kind of busted, so I got a new one. We've been told that today's going to be...
Is that why that shit was sideways the whole time?
...than yesterday. We're being told to take cover when they say to take cover. We're going to be a lot closer. We're going to be following all safety regulations. We're going to be listening to the armored personnel when they take us, tell us to take cover, when they tell us to follow instructions. We're going to do everything by the book. I'm nervous, obviously. I assume everybody here is nervous to some degree. Big time. Just trying to prepare myself. Yesterday was already a lot, so today's going to be something different entirely. Today's going to be, from what I've been told, a lot more. A lot more. How do you feel, Pablo?
Like a 1 million hryvnias.
1 million hryvnias? Well, that's down from $1 million.
Well, the closer the front line we get, the lesser I feel.
Understandable. Yesterday was a close call because of the planes, and because, I mean, the artillery to some degree. And of course the threat of rockets, but we were within artillery range, which was different because I've always been within rocket range, but artillery range is different. Yeah. Today though, I can feel that it's different. I can feel that this is being treated 10 times more seriously.
Why is he wearing the helmet like that?
And I have a good reason to be nervous.
Stay low.
Stay low.
Stay low.
So lay down.
Lay down.
Something
Lay flat. Lay down. Keep close to the soldier, which gives you cover.
Okay. Yeah, this is a little different than what we saw yesterday.
Our guide here was saying that we're about to go see some anti-tank weapon training, and then we're going to go to the military positions on the front.
Oh,
Positions first.
so the positions are first, then the training.
We're just gonna go do some Ukrainian military
anti-tank
propaganda
training,
real quick.
chill. You know?
How you doing, Philip?
Fine. Very fine. Very good.
The Russian artillery is hitting them now as we speak.
So we were heading out the front, nose to nose. While we were heading out there, we get a call. One of the soldiers get a call, and we find out that the position we were going to is right now, and we were very close, is getting shelled by the Russian army. It's being shelled. And so we have to turn around, we have to head back to safety, and with the Russians shelling the position we were almost at, we have to come back later. We have to come back when maybe it's, a little bit less shelling.
Yep, that's what happens in war.
That's it, ladies and gents.
Yep. A few more
probably would have been there.
Dog, why is he wearing the helmet like
Is
this?
the Russian shelling position we were just about to head to. We're just gonna be there. That was extremely
Да
close.
нормально, что вы, все нормально.
So currently we're waiting to, I guess, hear more updates. We're waiting to hear about the Russian artillery. So then we're probably going to start moving again. God, that was so close. Yeah.
Это знаешь, опа! Постреляем.
Йорик.
А що тут? У мене Ротманс. Так, одне тільки погано.
Що
Ну,
сам?
От нема куди сміття викинути.
Машину кинь, потім з машини будуть забирати. Там не можна тільки кинути. Та вже обстрілу нема, можна їхати.
He's got James Bond on his uniform.
Та нічого. Хтось їде.
It's the only
Відійдіть
war
сюди.
I've seen those.
Всі відійдіть.
What does he say?
Oh, let me turn alerts off before we even.
I'm Justin May, Director of
Bruh.
Admissions at...
Okay. This is obnoxious. My man monetized the fuck out of this video. Jesus Christ. You were told not to make fun of the kids in helmets? Yeah. Sheesh. That's an edgy one. That's funny though.
Это же она вообще, ты ее не смазывал?
Вона забилась пулей.
Головне, щоб наші хлопці не попали під бокс.
А все добре?
Та все нормально. Де ми будемо, там обстрілюють зараз. Де ми будемо, повинні бути, там обстрілюють.
I just hear hella wind.
Cars coming up. Looks like a car. Yeah, it's a car.
This is a pretty tight, you know what I mean? This is a pretty tight fanfic. Dylan's the main character. State Department Chungus. Dildo.
So are they evacuating to this point? Is that what's going on? Oh, you don't know?
No, I was standing here.
Oh, okay, cool. All good.
От ангара туда, да?
Да. Ну, получается, вот ангар,
Я понял.
где нижний. Не сверху, то, что
Естественно.
а внизу. И вот оно, короче, слева, понял? И за счет того, что там насыпь, оно осколки пошли вверх, видно такие дырки. Это свежее, это старое.
Documentary on war culture, I guess.
На фронте лежит.
Seems like war tourism to me. He's got a guide and everything.
Бетон лежит, короче, понял, на капоте. И, кстати, на Хеликсе стекло побило. Сейчас, короче, кто у тебя поедет там? А, не там уже, да?
See, look, they dap just like us. I told you, they were Europe's black people.
Бля, я вас так и находил, так
Мои, короче, раздуплились с этим, блядь, с прицелом.
Ну, вот туда. Та ну його.
The soldiers have, like, you know, gone up to them, checked them, what are they doing out here, what's their plan, where are they headed, check paperwork, stuff like that. We're parked on the side of the road, actually.
Just pointing the mic straight up in the air.
Number one, trees. Obviously, the Russians have drones, and they spot people, and then after they spot people, they, you know, kill people. And so being under the trees helps. It's also the same reason why the vans are all green, because they match in with the local environment. There's a lot of fields, there's a lot of trees in Ukraine. Same reason I'm wearing all green. It's not to look like a soldier, it's to blend in with the environment. Yesterday I had a blue shirt. For that, maybe it was a little bit more okay, but out here, no, I needed to get all this yesterday, so I bought all of it yesterday. And so we're kind of blending in with the local environment. And we have one car in front of the other. We can use the cars for cover. When we parked, one of the first things they told us to do was stand behind the cars. I've been told what parts of vans and cars are the best to like use for, you know, protecting yourself, and it's not in front of the doors. It's, you know, in front of the engine and places like that where there's going to be a lot of metal to actually stop bullets. Car doors are actually not that protected.
Yeah, 5.56, especially 7.62, sail right through a door.
It's just so clear.
Well, it wouldn't be easy to spot theirs, but they'd have an easy time spotting us.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, oh
that's
yeah,
what I'm
okay.
concerned about. I'm not concerned about getting a good camera shot, Patrick.
I'm concerned about that too.
Oh yeah, well.
You heard that one, right?
Yep, I heard it.
Probably about 10 kilometers, more even. So there was a famous fighter pilot that said that being a fighter pilot is hours of boredom perforated by seconds of sheer terror. Oh, I just heard another shot.
There's another one.
And, it's pretty far. And this is exactly what we're experiencing right now. I mean, it's not like we're not pilots, but there's a lot of waiting and being bored, and then there's a lot of shit that's incredibly scary.
Discover the Ozempic Trizone.
Dog. How am I missing these ads every time? Shot for each ad, I'd be dead. He had a gimbal? Oh my god, dude.
Okay, so a few seconds ago, I heard a buzzing, and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's a drone.
Then immediately afterwards, they told us to rush into the forest, not to even take cover, but to hide. We believe there's a Russian drone above us. So we're hiding in the forest, so either it doesn't spot us or we never know.
Let's go.
Get in, get in.
Where's my bag? Where's my bag?
You're buried.
Oh, I'm there. Okay, cool. It's also fucking heavy, I forget.
We were trying to avoid an attack.
Okay, just talk.
Because
I could hear it. I heard a buzzing, and I said, like, do you hear that?
they have
And
attached to them. So
we're trying to get out of here. We have to get out of here. We went into the forest to hide, hoping it didn't spot us, but, I mean, odds are, who knows?
They probably spotted us.
So now we're trying to get out of here as fast as possible. I thought I was just hearing things, but then afterwards we were told to rush into the forest, and what I heard was a drone.
Да там ветки уже.
To be honest, that's the scariest part about this for me, is being in the car, because then I can't hear the buzzing or can't. We're all grouped up.
We're gonna get out.
We're getting out. We're getting out. Okay, let's go.
I
can hear artillery in the distance. The buzzing of a drone. I can't hear it anymore. Hopefully it didn't spot us, but God, I think it did.
It's Dylan's travel vlog. There's hella wind and shit.
Holy shit. The artillery's getting closer. That was not that far away. That's
Blowing all on that butt naked ass mic.
Overhead. A couple of points. It's a lot closer than yesterday. Fuck. Not. It's closer than anything. Fuck. There it is. So I'm crouched down, just in anticipation if I have to get low. I'm also crouched down because I'm gonna be honest. A little scared. It's scary. Yeah.
Why is his helmet like that?
But gotta say that boredom. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, it's done. I'd like boredom back.
Yeah, learn a lot about Dylan. Learning some stuff about Ukraine, but it's cool to see the main character.
The fear of artillery is the power of addiction and smoking.
Good to hear hearing that shit, honestly.
Вы едете на позиции, мы едем на полигон с пацанами, там где мы были.
Can you tell us what we are doing and where are we going right now?
We're going to visit training with anti-tank weapons. And after that we will go to our positions and shoot a video there.
Can you explain the situation with the drone? Why we were hiding?
Because we have to hide. Russian artillery can fire at us.
Can you explain how you spot this drone?
We hear it. It's like beep, something like that.
The Neo fatigues. My man got the teagues on, the Neo teagues. Dog, these ads have been going crazy. He copped the gimbal. This fam, there's, I guess the gimbal was off.
Ah, look who it is. Load it in. Hi, sorry, what cut I?
Oh, it's you. Hey.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know, dog. This is wild.
I'm fine. Yeah. So how's the day been so far?
That's the funniest shit in the world to me. I gotta stop the video. He's literally holding the gimbal in his hand. Dylan has the gimbal in his hand, and we're just it's the Blair Witch Project 3 in this bitch.
Great, like I told before, you never know what will be the new day like.
Yeah.
What will be the tasks, and so.
Like, look at this though. This shit is
nuts.
nuts.
Nice weather. We came to our base stadium, and we decided to go into trainings on different guns. So that's what we are doing today. For now, just preparation, and then we'll see how it goes.
Can we film when you're training?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. But it could be really noisy.
Well,
Maybe I will watch for the right now I understand how I adapt to all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So don't know even if I will try by myself, but I'm sure even watching,
right.
it's a big thing. So it's really important.
What's the political vibe in here? Black anarchism, leftism, real leftism, not liberalism, not grifters claiming to be leftists and doing shit like defending Kyle Rittenhouse, talking to Richard Spencer, calling people subhuman, being transphobic. None of that bullshit in here. It's actual leftism in here. So that's the vibe we're on in here.
Step by step, and do not to be fast, because it's really important to your organism.
Yeah, we're pinko scum in here.
One by one, because a big push can scare or change your mind. So that's what I'm getting, because you never meet it in everyday life.
Right.
So that's the point, to be sensitive.
Richard Spencer.
Really careful to yourself.
So it's like learning through repetition.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's how it goes. And today
I feel
we
it.
were open and we were hiding and it was first time when I hear it so close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it was pretty close to the building where we were staying. And what I felt, it's cool to have people around you.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really supportive and cheering up and some humor, laughing and saying some jokes. It makes you feel alive. It makes you feel that you're here at this point and that you're with people who are in the same place with you. I think if to be
Miz is playing Angry Birds.
you just lose your conscience.
He's playing Raid Shadow Legends back there.
Just stay concentrated.
I think it's rational to be a little scared.
It's rational, but good to control. When you still control your movements, and because there could be anything, and you should know what you should do in any case.
Yeah, this is why you train. You can rely on your training.
To keep control on yourself and the people who are around you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Retro Spencer. If some white supremacist had my name, it would make sense because slavery. But also, yeah, I would hate him even if that weren't the case.
These recoilless rifles. So you're gonna try and hit this target, right?
О, здесь и здесь. Видишь, я тебе говорил, что...
Damn, this shit is. Oh my god.
We're gonna have to get out of the way.
Do they even say, like, I know they said what the guns are.
About to start firing off the anti-tank weapons.
Yeah, it's gonna be very loud, yeah.
See, here would have been the time to ask one of them about the weapons. And, like, get the history of the weapon, maybe. I don't know. Just... I don't know. Yeah, Dylan hosted a debate between Putin and Zelensky. That's why he's out there. He's got him on a Hippy Dippy. They're talking to CTV and Big Papa Fascist right now. Nah, I think you got a pretty good shot at getting a tank with one of those. You probably only get one before they found you and shelled you, but... That's how much of a professional he is, Marty.
Told me that these are new from the factory, and they're calibrating them as well as trading with them. And again, even though these are designed a while ago during the Cold War, they're still producing these weapons because these are the weapons that they've been trained on. These are the weapons they have.
Okay, tell me
so
what oh my god.
Oh, let's give all of Ukraine like a bunch of new, fresh American equipment. While we should give them good, fresh American equipment, we also should be sending stockpiles from a lot of former Soviet states.
State Department. Gotta have the State Department propaganda.
The Ukrainian military has been trained on. These are the weapons that their veterans know how to use, that they've been using since 2014. And so it's not as simple as just sending them a bunch of F-35s because it takes time to train them on. But these, they're trained on these, as we can see, we're trained with them right now. And a lot of these are still being produced like these. These are fresh. These are new. Even if they're old designs, they still pack a punch.
So they're from the Cold War. That's all I know about them. I don't know shit else about these piece of shit recoilless rifles. I probably wouldn't have, like, if I didn't already know what a recoilless rifle was, because they only said that word one time.
I'm kidding.
I was making a joke.
Oh, Jesus, Hobbs. Shout out to Hobbs. What up, Hobbs? Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Earlier, we tried to go to the front line, but just a few minutes before we were going to arrive, we were very close. The Russian artillery started to hit the position. And so now we're trying to return to the front line afterwards. Of course, after we didn't go to position, then there were some Russian drones that spotted us. We had to hide in the forest.
What's up, Dan?
So, second time's the charm, as they say.
Yeah. Well, let's hope.
That's airtime away from Dylan. I'm impressed with how often Dylan is the center of the shot, honestly. This vlog sucks. There's not even a prank in it. Vladimir Putin is just pranking Zelensky. The vlog is the prank. The prank was him walking around with the gimbal in his hand while the video looks like this.
Yeah, they've hit almost every single structure here.
Like, look at this, dog. That's the prank. The prank is him with the gimbal. Look at the gimbal in his hand.
So life must be really horrible for people that
Jesus Christ. You just moved back to Maryland. I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs. We got a link.
Yay! Picnic. A nice little picnic.
Well, that's lovely.
So you guys deliver food out here because it's hard to move around for the people, right? Yeah.
Is Dylan carrying any of that food?
Гости, пацаны, возьмите по пирожку себе и пошли дальше. Нет.
Nope, but he is carrying that gimbal and that scuffed ass microphone. What am I watching right now, bro? I'm watching Dylan. That is what I'm watching. That's correct. In all his glory, yeah. This is the house that Dylan built. Now we just need CTV screaming in the background. You know what I mean? Oh my fucking god! Oh, it's mad funny. I was making a CTV joke and then the ad started. This is shameless, dog. This is completely shameless.
We've been instructed to stand under cover with this tarp that's above us due to the fact that there might be drones. There's a lot of things here. There's dogs, chickens. I think those are ducks over there. Cat, farm animals. What's dividing us from the front seems to be a line of trees.
Oh yeah, my guy's got the AKM.
Getting prepared for the day.
We're moving.
Come on. Okay.
I want an AK.
I understand the risk that comes with doing this type of stuff.
The fucking PSA AKs fucking suck though.
So they're waiting.
The Russians?
Yeah, the Russians.
They're waiting for them to attack from that way over there?
Yeah, from there. Сколько? 2,5 километра, да?
Да, так.
Ну да,
2 kilometers. 2 kilometers.
Це звідси? Прямій.
To metro?
Ні. 2,5 кілометри.
Okay.
В ангаре давно ніхто не був. Де? Там никого не было давно.
Заходили, ну, блін, не знаю, де вони там лазили. Так краще не ходити.
This video.
Understood.
Do y'all fuck with Cloverfield? Y'all fuck with Cloverfield?
Stay exactly in the way that they go.
So, currently, we're probably the closest we're going to get to the front line, which means we're on it. We're under 1 mile from where the Russians are, and we're in what seems to be a silo of sorts that's storing what looks like grain, but it looks like that's also being used to stop bullets. This place is riddled with holes. Artillery. Yeah. This place is riddled with holes from shrapnel. You can even see multiple places, like right there, that it has actually peeled back the metal. The Russians were here.
So this was a Russian.
This was a Russian position?
Yeah.
And right now, is this the last defensive position before their lines?
Yeah.
So the next position is there. Nothing between you and them.
Yes. Minefield.
Minefield. Ah.
This is the last defensive position before the Russian lines. The Russians were here recently, and you can see that we have to try to avoid mines.
This isn't Dylan.
Okay.
Oh, there's Dylan. Okay.
So this, right now, we're in the, I guess, the point of contact. What would be the point of contact if the Russians tried to take this position back, since it used to be
Yeah,
here?
he's making a bag off this Ukraine shit, I would imagine. Just fucking war tourism shit.
So this is the person that would be stationed here, would be the first to catch the advance of the Russians.
Yeah.
Right there. And they're about 1 mile away.
And he has angle to shoot overall.
But they would shell the fuck out of this before that. Yeah.
He's saying that
Вот уже приходы, где мины взрываются, вот видно.
he's saying that this is hole in the wall is because a tank shot right there.
What are the views at? Hang on.
Ну да, они уже тут не одна. Вот взрываются уже как бы. Кидают возле нас, понял? Вот, видишь?
Yep, that's shell, right?
За той посадкой. За той посадкой.
And that foliage that's destroyed is from a shell.
Yeah.
Да, да.
31,000 views on this piece of shit.
There's a lot more I'd like to show you guys, but obviously, given the conditions, we can't stay for too long. Okay, we were just at the point of contact. We're still there, but just like, I don't know, a little bit ways back now, tiny bit. Still within range, of course. But now we're under a tarp, which makes it more difficult. So obviously we're perfectly
Yeah, we're
safe
good.
now.
We're under a
we have
tarp.
a tarp. We're under a tarp, so we're safe. We're good. Missiles, it's like rock, paper, scissors. Missiles can't go through tarps.
Thank you.
Take it. Thank you.
It's major safety precaution here. Have caffeine.
This is my new helmet.
Oh yeah, Komput? Oh, the best thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, the Patreon is the Dylan, the Vladimir Putin interview. Stardust energy.
Let's go.
All right.
Philip and Pavel off to another adventure.
Done. Oh my god.
Look at this guy.
Nothing screams active war zone like a nice room temperature cup of Kool-Aid.
Okay, let's get out of the way. Yeah. Under the tarp.
That sure was something.
The whole doc is just talking about how much they're in danger, animal shots, and wind noises. It's the Blair Witch Project 3.
Yeah, sure. This is Marine Corps position. Marine Corps, yeah.
So it's war tourism.
How you feeling, man? Good. A little hot?
Yeah, I was trying to.
I can't believe they did the video like this.
So apparently, Pavel, who is one of my fixers, my Polish fixer, they saw his backpack and it looked military-ish, so they took it and took it with the supplies. And so now Pavel is running back quickly to try to get it because we need to get out of here quickly because, you know,
Yeah, you know.
drones. You know, there's a thing going on.
He's talking about drones right before the ad. You know what I mean? We're in danger. Here's an ad.
The average price of
Crazy. Peep this ad. We're in danger. Oh my god, I fucked up.
We try to get it because we need to get out of here quickly because, you know,
Yeah, you know.
drones. You know, there's a thing going on.
Slight car trouble. Can you explain what's going on?
The car is not starting.
The car is not starting. And how far away are the Russians? Under a mile?
2 kilometers about. We were told, yeah. So that's not ideal, but
Yeah,
they
not-
know what they're doing.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Ремень можно пристегнуть. Евро 6, блядь. И вообще, блядь, может, блядь, через это замкнуть, блядь, может, это, чуешь, друже? Может замкнуть, блядь, стартер, ну, этот, блядь, втягивающий,
We
блядь.
still are having car
Блядь, честно,
trouble.
у меня правда же не может.
Forgot to get gas.
Так, ну, а что ты вообще, блядь, за
Ну, он как заводил.
Кто? Что, может...
Шапнуть.
Скажи.
We're gonna... Yep, change the plans.
They pop starting it.
We're traveling extremely fast at the moment. The reason, of course, being that we're still within Russian artillery range.
Oh my god, buddy.
I couldn't. Oh my god.
Exactly, Letty Spencer. What up, Fade? Dylan is so strong.
So this is people leaving occupied territory, yeah?
No, they are go back to their
They're going back. So the further the Russian army gets pushed back, the more people can return to their homes. And this is why it's so important to push back the Russians and beat the Russians.
Why the
as quickly as possible.
fuck does he wear his helmet like this?
Aid to help these people go back to their homes and try at some level to return to a normal life.
We did miss you, Fade.
Holy
We were yesterday there.
Yep.
А, да.
Thanks for coming through, Let-Eye Spencer. That was it? That was, oh, when he ends it, dog. This was a travel vlog. Yo. So it's literally just war tourism? So it's just war tourism. It's just war tourism. Oh my god, dude. That was really it. No credits or anything. Yeah, that was a real documentary. That's so... Oh my god. Do they make helmets in fedora frame? Oh my goodness. I'm just in shock. Like, that was it. That was it. And it was legit just war tourism. Hold on. Let's look at some of the comments that we got going on, because I know there's probably mad comments. Alright. I'll just leave it freeze framed on the ad. It's appropriate. Everyone involved worked very hard on this, and I appreciate everyone supporting me during the filming process. The fact that I could even do this is mind-boggling. No, you didn't. First of all, you didn't do it. It was scuffed. Second of all, nobody asked you to do this shit, dog. You did this because you wanted to. We have recorded a lot more footage than this, and that footage will be released in the near future as well. Once all the filming is done and we have it all together, we'll make a mega compilation / documentary of the best stuff from everything we have filmed. Also, the audio quality will gradually improve after this video during work in the field, since I was able to get my hands on new equipment and I'm still learning the tricks of the trade. Oh, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Excited to show you the rest of the footage soon. Tight. Alright, let's see the replies to this. Someone just, the first one is war tourism. That's funny. Oh wait, I have to actually... Someone said hardly. It's literally war tourism. It's by definition war tourism. Never had such a wonderful feeling from the news. It's war tourism. As a right-wing person, honestly appreciate the leftists who have helped Azov and Ukraine and have really hated the GOP for their Russian shilling. I don't understand that one at all, but that person was raised, they had a home raise. Not a it's dog, it's a travel vlog. We need journalists and people who are our eyes and ears. It's war tourism. Dylan will be a phenomenal investigative reporter, journalist. I can't say I can co-sign that one, but Dylan, this is fucking immaculate. I don't know if that person watched the same thing I watched. I've never been to an active battlefield. Good work, Dylan. Yeah, it's war tourism. You watch it because you want to know what war looks like. Hey, as a Ukrainian, I can't overstate how thankful I am for your continued coverage of this brutal and stupid war. Thank you very much. I don't know about that one. Very inspiring to see someone willing to put themselves in danger to show people the reality. Of course he's going to respond to that. I can leave any day. They live with the reality constantly. I'm just happy they allowed me to film. Yeah, it's war tourism. He said it himself. He could leave any day. He doesn't need to be out there for any other reason other than that. He just wants to put some YouTube videos up. They can get some ads and some click-throughs on. You petty as shit for that, Marty. Dildo. Finally, a content creator with the balls to actually go out there in the real world. That's so fucking... And see, this is the reason why I was saying early in the conversation with Ruhan, like, there's people like me who are out here literally every day, not just because we're trying to get some fucking footage for YouTube, but because this is how we live every day. This is why I asked, why is he putting this much effort into like going out to fucking Ukraine and doing this when he lives 30 minutes from Baltimore, right? There's been protests in Baltimore almost every fucking day. See, look, more war tourist comments. Congratulations, Dylan. Wonderful work in human commentary. It's so vital to show the impacts villages, homes, and scars on the land. I'm so surprised by how much Ukraine looks like the rural northeast Kansas area that I grew up in. Seeing the fields, cows, dirt road, and the blue forever sky juxtaposed with sounds shelling was startling. It felt like my home was being attacked. Thank you for the work you are doing. It's war tourism, and these are the only comments he really responds to. I'm happy that I connected with you in such a personal way, smiley face. It's wild to me how unself-aware he is about this. Dylan actually doing what Dim Tool claimed to do back in the day. What an absolute Chad. God damn, dude. That, like, this is how unself-aware you are. People are complimenting you by comparing you to Tim Pool. Jesus fucking Christ. It's unreal how lazy the video is. Yeah. I mean, no one can ever tell you to touch grass ever again. Great work. Yeah, we'll see about that. Because he's going to come home and ride this out. And, like, he's not going to do shit in Bolt. He's not going to do shit in Maryland ever again. I feel I learned a lot about Dylan being in Ukraine. That's funny. The amount of work you put into this is amazing. Yeah, the amount of effort he had to put in to hold the gimbal while the other two people shaky cammed the whole time is, oh man. Amazing coverage. You'll win a Pulitzer one day if you keep this up, mark my words. I mean, probably. Oh my fucking God. This is from, and they've had a day to edit this. You guys see this, right? Okay. So remember that part when the dude said that they were lying, that they're really being shelled, that they don't do mine sweeping in the middle of the day? This person is saying that when they say mines, they might also mean mortars. The word for mine is the same as for mortar shell, but for the mortar itself, it is a different word. And Dylan responds to that with, we meant to put a note on screen about that, but it must not have been added. But yes, you are right. That seems like something pretty fucking important to put in the video, fam. But it's just like in the comment section. I have to scroll damn near to the bottom. Oh, it's probably past the bottom because we're still going. See, dude, this is what... There was a typo on the screen. The angles of war. Um. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Someone said 1504 Dylan, Ukrainians were also in the Soviet army during World War II. Depends on the Ukrainian. Some joined the German army after World War II and the others the UPA. I mean...
Did you ever live...
and see, we can't even watch it because, you know, ads. What a piece of shit. Skillshare really going downhill?
During the Second World War, it was the Russians who used American tanks and ate out of American cans, ate their American beans and peaches. And now, it's the Ukrainians who's doing it.
Oh my god. I mean, frontline gaming chair. Dylan brought his whole fucking setup to stream in the trenches. Oh. I mean, he low-key did, but... Love the series. Please turn the audio up. It's hard to hear. That's funny. Hey, I love it just because you made it, but, you know. Could you make it so I could actually hear it next time? People are, like, really weird, man. This parasocial relationship weird shit is, like, mad weird. Now all we need is to get Putin on the Hippy Dippy reboot. It would only speed up the development of his cancer, so yes, he should come on. Well, at least he's sort of self-aware about that. It's literally his show, but you know. I mean, you're in a war zone, putting yourself in real danger so you can be a conduit for all the Ukrainians who want their story told. Did he watch the same thing that I watched? Did this person watch the same thing that I watched? Because that's not what I saw. I know I'm happy about what you're doing with that, so maybe that's good enough. Anyway, keep it up and props to all who helps put this together. I'm happy that you've watched and supported me through all this time as a small content creator. He doesn't talk about Ukrainians in this reply either. As a small-time content creator, you constantly feel like you're on the edge of obscurity and that if you stop grinding for a second, you won't be able to make ends meet. But thanks to people continuing to watch, I continue to do this, so thanks for watching. Like, it's obvious he doesn't give a fuck about the Ukrainian people. Please wear your helmet correctly and thank you for all the videos. The strap broke. On 2 different helmets, my dude. On 2 different helmets. I don't know, dude. It's awesome that his documentary is finally out, but I feel like the title should have reflected it, like documenting the front line of Ukraine or something. Nah, it's for clickbait. The title is to hopefully bring in new people who don't watch my content. Yeah, it's clickbait. This isn't the full documentary, though. There is much more footage to come. That's clickbait. Is this part of the documentary you said you were going to make? Because it hasn't really been that long, LOL. It's just one video. The documentary will be all the footage together. Hopefully not any of that footage, because that was scuffed. Where the fuck is everyone masks? COVID is still killing people. We are social distancing from the Russians, though. That's funny. Keep applying pressure on my schlong. That's tight. Congrats, very interesting. Thanks. He responds to comments that fucking petty. Wild. The hate follows. The bot follows. Dylan, I'm only going to Lviv, Burns. Black Yamato, one of my biggest fans, Black Yamato. What's up? Dylan's a op. He's actually working with the Russians by breaking all of their helmets. That's funny. What's up with you, Black Yamato? What's your deal? Spelling mistake just before 28 minutes. It should say area, so there's more than one typo. That's cool. Yeah. Mr. Geek really spent a long time editing this one, huh? Ross Kemp. What a weird comparison. I see a possible ban evader. Ah, sweet. Posada bot already on it. If I look like press, that is a good thing. Why is that a good thing? You said in the video that makes you a target. Yeah. This is like, I don't get this either. So this Army NC veteran says, your long hair kind of screams civilian, which in turn equals press. Tie it back at least. Dylan responds with, if I look like press, that is a good thing. And this person rightfully responds with, what you said in the vid that makes you a target. And he never responded to that, of course. And there's Mr. Geek. Based editor moment. He stopped sucking on a baguette long enough to fucking comment on the video. He's just doing this so he can run from the whoop-ass Haas is looking to deliver. That's funny. I mean, I was criticizing this shit because it sucks, but yes, it's literally war tourism. Yeah, Black Yamato. We're criticizing Karen Burns. Yeah, it's bad if I look like press. I'm just going to dress like a soldier and ride around with all the soldiers in the front line. Yeah. Tight. This is war tourism. Stop calling it journalism. I mean, it can be two things at once. You know what I mean? He has so many people defending him. Of course he does, because that's what I was just saying. Like, there's people on this shit who like admit that they couldn't hear the audio, that they talk about shit that wasn't even in the fucking video. You know what I mean? Like the parasocial relationship shit is really fucking weird. But this comment, the only issue I would have with this is the stop calling it journalism thing. But it's definitely war tourism. Didn't even watch it, been up for 2 minutes, LOL. But, like, we didn't have to watch it to know that it's war tourism. No need to know I know exactly what this is. Yeah, you don't need to watch it. Black Yamato Simps for Zonia has rated me with 1. Interesting. You know Zonia by chance, Black Yamato? Just out of curiosity. Showing the horrors of war and the reality of the situation in Ukraine. If this is not journalism, nothing is, bub. Yeah, it's journalism. It's just also war tourism. When are you going to go on Dylan's show since you're such a big fan? And see, this is what I'm talking about. Interesting, Black Yamato. Everyone knows it's war tourism to show tons of people the horrors of war. It literally is, though. Are these people fucking insane? That's literally what war tourism is. She's a friend of yours, but people keep making, like, accounts of you, so you have no idea? Okay. Makes sense. How do you, This is going to be fun. So, what level of, like, friend would you call Zonia? How'd you meet Zonia? Do you guys, like, in a Discord server together or something? Thumbs up for the content. More interviewing would be great, though. That's funny. So the female soldier he interviewed in this had a longer extended interview with us on day 1 after going to the front. He wants to upload that as well, but it's not going to be able to hear shit. I've seen a lot of the evidence that someone else keeps doing this, and it's not. I'm not going to lie to you, my friend. It's not compelling to me. It seems like bullshit to me. Seems like a smokescreen. Seems like Zonia is a little too old to be fucking making bots to hate raid people with. Horrors of war, according to Dylan Burns. Sleeping in, having delightful picnics and hikes with my pals. Also, hosting Hippy Dippy roundtables with Big Papa Fascist and Stardust. This was journalism in the same way Starsus making Tiki Torch memes with Richard Spencer was informative. I mean, so it literally counts as journalism in a sense that it's news. Not really, since all of the shit that's in that video happened 2 fucking months ago. But sorta, right? It's literally like, it's like Vice News, right? But the thing is people don't understand that Vice News is war tourism. It is. People get real fucked up by that news part. It's just like people who are like, I'm queer, I'm non-binary, I'm trans, but I'm white. You know what I'm saying? I'm white, so I'm probably still racist as fuck, but you can't call me out on any of that shit. If you challenge me, then you're transphobic, or you're homophobic, or you're fucking misogynistic, or whatever. It's news. It is journalism, yes. But it is literally war tourism, by definition. It's olds, yeah. It's olds. Because that's the thing, right? Is if it was like up to the minute coverage, I would understand. But the shit's 2 months fucking old. He's still out there, ostensibly still recording shit. So it's like, the fuck was even the point? Other than to get himself a bag and to get praise and to get... I mean, he might win a Pulitzer Prize. Who fucking knows? I'm sure he'll get some nice newspaper articles written about him or something. He's no Keffels, but I'm sure that's what he wants to be. Also, one of the reasons why the evidence is not compelling to me, Black Yamato, is that literally I was getting hate rated. You followed me. The first time you ever speak in my chat is while I'm getting hate rated with someone named Zonia. You would say just wait and see what happens? Yeah, sure. I'm waiting and seeing, friend. So what's up? You're from Baltimore? You have a problem with me talking about Baltimore Police Department? You had a problem with me covering the DOJ findings, or what was up with that? Because you seem kind of standoffish when we were having the conversation about it on Twitter. No problem. He chooses edits for the releases of just him. Yeah, that video was about him. He was the main subject of the clickbait ass title of the video. The first like 8 fucking minutes of the video was about him. Not standoff, is just that whenever Baltimore police departments get investigated, it's always for like some type of corruption. So I was kind of being sarcastic. That doesn't work over Twitter. Word. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't talk about it or that people wouldn't be interested in it. Like, I know the fucking Baltimore police department's corrupt. I've lived in Baltimore my whole life. Nothing about anything I read surprises me. But I think it's important to cover because not everybody lives in Baltimore. Not everybody knows about that shit. I've talked to people who've personally told me. I was live a few fucking weeks ago and somebody told me they'd never heard of Huey Newton before they had a conversation with me. You understand how wild that is? So, yeah. I'm going to talk about what I talk about. That girl that looked young as fuck being trained what was her story? Seems Dylan didn't care. Apparently apparently Dylan had an extended interview with her from the day before the footage that we saw. So he said he wants to release the exclusive, like that footage, the extended interview with her, but if the audio was this scuffed in the video we saw, I understand why he didn't put it out yet. Yes, Huey Newton. Huey P. Newton. So, like, it's trash. It's garbage. It fucking sucks. It's war tourism by definition, and it's not even good. He's literally holding the gimbal in his fucking hand while his cameraman shaky cams through the whole shits. He's pointing a fucking zoom straight up in the air, getting the sounds of the fucking animal kingdom into the mic while he's trying to interview people. Right? It was garbage. It was buns. It was cheeks. It was agua de culo. It was ass. What was the story of those dudes driving him around? Who knows? Okay, so I'm being, just like how I was being charitable with this shit actually coming out, because I didn't think this shit was actually going to come out. I'm being charitable and thinking that it is. I was on the money, though. I knew it was going to come out and be scuffed. But I am assuming he has extended shits with all those people, because if this is all footage he's just sitting on, there's two reasons why he would be doing this episodically, and neither one of them is good to me. Either number one, he's releasing it episodically because that's how the YouTube algorithm will boost him. If he puts a video out every week, then he'll be able to boost his engagements and bukkake people with ads on multiple videos and so on and so forth that way. That's number one. Number two is the shit is so fucking scuffed, he can't even like put it out yet. He has to hype it up first because of how scuffed it is, if it's anything like the shit we just saw. You were skeptical when he said he was going to Ukraine. I kind of had the bad feeling. I don't want to see people suffering, caught on camera. My people assured me that he would be responsible with it. There's no way to be responsible with it. 5-parter? Yeah, probably a 5-parter. It's war tourism. He's leaving the comfort and safety of his home here in Maryland, 30 minutes away from a city that's in constant fucking turmoil, right? In his backyard to go fucking record some Yakubians running from shell fire, right? In the middle of the fucking Ukrainian fields, because other Yakubians on YouTube and Twitch want to see that shit because they don't give a fuck about the black people in their country either, right? It's war tourism. The only thing people in that shit talk about was how they get to see the shit. And the only thing he fucking talked about for the first 8 fucking minutes of the video was how he got to see some shit and how he gets to show us some shit that we've never seen before. It's war tourism. The only interviews we saw were people that he was fucking interviewing that were doing shit for him. An hour-long vid, we learned nothing about Ukraine or its people. I learned about Dylan Burns, though. He did a nice little fucking travel vlog, fucking I'm your host fucking piece at the beginning of the video. For what? For what purpose? So you can finesse a fucking a TV show? Get a contract with NBC? It's disgusting. You're profiting off of other people's literal fucking destruction of their lives. Just like he profits off of fucking microaggressions and fucking transphobia and shit with his little piece of shit fucking debate platform that he refuses to acknowledge as a piece of shit in that way. And other people who just want to be seen as well will defend that shit all fucking day. As if the house that Dylan built doesn't have CTV as a prime fucking resident. Or Sansol. Or Destiny. Yeah, Ninetales. Yeah, Ninetales is dope. Yeah, Ninetales fucking cooked Dylan. And people were trying to shit on Ninetales when Ninetales was correct. Why do I have so many viewers all of a sudden? Yeah, CTV is a fucking dumbass racist. He's not. There's nothing like, fam. There's nothing new or original about CTV. It's a million CTVs out there. That's why these motherfuckers get so mad when I say this shit. It's a million fucking sticky beard ass Sansaws out there. It's a million big papa fascists out there. None of these people have anything new or insightful or original to say. You're still fucked up with how all the cameras were conveniently unavailable when the Russian drone mentioned in the title spotted them? Oh, yeah. We didn't actually ever see the drone because the cameras were off when the actual drone was there, or they didn't see it or whatever. But, you know what, Marty? The fucked up thing is I'm kind of glad that the cameras weren't on because I would have fucking thrown the fuck up and gotten a seizure from how shaky the shit was and how shaky it would have been. Them trying to track a drone with no gimbal? Fuck out of here. We would all have epilepsy right now. CTV is literally every divorced dad you see at Walmart. Ain't shit special and interesting about him. I mean, this is big ass, whole ass facts. No printer. All of them just going, woo, that was close anyways. Yeah, that like we saw Dylan in danger. Dylan talking about how much danger they're in. Dylan asking people in the area how much danger they're in. And, you know, that was the end. No credits, nothing. It's a parter. You know what I mean? The credits are going to be at the end. Maybe Mr. Geek didn't want his name attached to Hippy Dippy. That's why fucking Dylan didn't mention him in that long ass manifesto where he talked about Danabo. I feel it, Black Yamato. Well, welcome. And also, Zonia is hate rating people. That's 1000% Zonia doing that shit. It doesn't matter because I'm not going to do anything or say anything about it other than just to continue to talk about how Zonia is a piece of shit. Because I would do that even if Zonia wasn't like hate rating my shit. Zonia is a fucking bozo. But yeah. Dr. K? Yes, I like Dr. K. Yeah, thanks to Dylan, we learned war zones aren't safe. Perfect. Zoni is old enough to be a granny and spends shitloads of time doing bot raids on Twitch. Wild shit. Oof. That was a wild one. Check DMs. I know, Bink. I know. I'm cooling on that right now. But you're not telling me anything new. This is Twitch after all. You don't think it's her because she's streaming right now? Not unless you be good at multitasking. Well, whatever. I'm gonna blame Zonia for it. I don't give a fuck. Zonia has made up way goofier shit about me, so even if it's not Zonia, who gives a fuck? It's Zonia to me, because she's made up goofy shit about me. And it's like, I also don't have to worry about people doing bot raids in my name. Who knows? I might have to worry about that now. But, like, I generally don't have to worry about people. Dude made a documentary but didn't show how to help? The fuck? I was going to bring that up but got distracted. But you are absolutely correct. Because that was the prime point that I wanted to make in the very beginning. It didn't even show him really helping. He carried food that one time in the very beginning. I don't know. Scroller. Yeah. Right. It didn't glorify the war. Well, I mean, yeah, it did. But it was like, it turned the war into a spectacle. That's what it did. Right? It was war tourism. That's what it was. Like, he's trying to boost his brand by offering people Ukrainian Russian war tours. Hey, come check out how crazy it is in Ukraine right now. And nobody was scared being 3 to 4 kilometers away from Russian troops. Less than that. Apparently they were 1 to 2 kilometers away. In fairness, I've been face to face with police in like crazy ass situations where the police are about to start beating the shit out of us and shit. So like, I can understand numbing that fear, but like, all in the service of helping or showing people how to help. War is just when people get together and laugh with guns. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He just showed all those destroyed houses, but didn't show you how to help. You know what I mean? Kind of sounds like touristy shit. You could always talk to me one-on-one about everything. I mean, if you want, I always run an open voice channel when I do this shit. This motherfucker went to Ukraine and low-key just made eviction content? Sheesh. He was shill for giving them more weapons. He was doing that in the video. Yeah, he was doing that in the when they were right before they were during the recoilless rifle part. He was talking about sending them more weapons, more arms, more stuff, more war making material. The only things he promoted with this was U.S. propaganda and his own brand. Nothing about how to help the people in Ukraine or anything. Yeah, that wasn't the point. The point was to boost his... You were correct, and this is why people call Dylan a Fed. He parrots State Department propaganda, and he is a fucking opportunist in this space. He's a grifter. Next series will be showing how to flip bombed out housing for profits. Yeah. Twitch polls full of little kid white folk. Hey, don't talk about Sansol like that. He's in his 20s. He found it a little bit fishy that he wanted to go to Ukraine when we got people like over here in our state struggling. I agree. In Baltimore, actually. That's actually why I reached out to him in the first place, is because I thought we were going to link on actually doing Maryland stuff. But the first time I met him, he raided me with 500 people in Sansol after Sansol told me he fucked my mother. And everyone disappeared when they realized I wasn't about to sit there and argue with Sansol. So, either it was all bots and they fucking disappeared from 500 to $150 after 30 minutes, or people saw that, nah, this motherfucker's going to sit in my chat and I'm going to ignore him because he's goofy. I'm going to do what I feel like doing right now because this is my first time meeting this mass audience and I want him to be introduced to me appropriately. But apparently, people didn't want to see that. So, Federal Agent Burns got a cartoony ass ring to it. Yeah, that's funny. I can't really talk like that though, because Sansol will try to act like if he came into my chat now, I would ignore him, even though all of y'all saw he was in here for like 3 fucking hours, and we literally begged him to come in here and talk to me. Whole bunch of anti-LGBT legislature on the LGBT council, but goes to Ukraine wild. Yeah, I mean, just regular shit. Carroll County here in Maryland. Carroll County pride flag. But that was a slip of the tongue. Pride flag, not a slur. Pride flag is banned in Carroll County. He just doesn't know due to the fog of war. Fact. Chronic Wiper 666, what up? Agent Burns. I'm Agent Endless. I'm a Fed. I'm a Fed. My grandfather was actually literally in the CIA, you know what I mean? We'll get to that. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one, sure enough. That flag, can't wait to see my Ukraine footage. Word. I can't wait to put it out. And, ooh, chamari. Anyway, my flag. So I am actually about to put a video out on this flag, coincidentally. This flag is the Baltimore County flag. It was ratified in the, hold on. Let me get my script, because I wrote a script. I'll just read you the script for the video that I'm going to record, probably this weekend, to get a haircut. What up, Arun? Watch out for hate raids. Yeah. 15 to 20 today. I'm already getting them, yeah. They're coming in. But it's cool. Posada bots clapping most of them. Look, it's the... I'm so glad I didn't read that out loud, because I was definitely getting ready to read that out loud. Yeah, definitely get Posada Bot. But also, you stay in the DMV now. That's cool. Let me get my script. All right. This is the official flag of Baltimore County. In early 1962, the Catonsville Business Association decided to host a contest sanctioned by then Baltimore County Executive Christian H. Call, or Kale, is probably how you would pronounce that, and the County Council. Since the county didn't have a flag up to that point, the contest was conceived to come up with designs for the first official one. In March, BCPS decided to get involved, and the contest was made part of the art curriculum for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders in high school. Ultimately, there were 30 potential candidates to become the new flag. The top 3 were reviewed and picked by judges William E. Prince of the Maryland Institute, Olive Jabet, then BCPS Supervisor of Art, Wilbur H. Hunter of the Peel Museum, Dr. J. Fred Andrei of the Catonsville Business Association, and Poor Hopkins of the Maryland Historical Society. And the winning design was drafted by Parkville High School senior by the name of John R. McLemore. Oh my God. Let me turn alerts off. The winning design was drafted by Parkville High School senior by the name of John R. McLemore. who was awarded a $100 savings bond, which would be worth about like $968 in today's money. Dylan fans in full force tonight. Yeah, they're mad as shit. It's wild how this happens when, but This is the Baltimore flag, the Baltimore County flag. The Maryland flag is like low-key racist. So the Maryland flag has Crossland crosses in it. So hold on, I'll show you guys. We'll do a little bit of history here. So this is from 2 years ago. This is from during COVID, actually. Whoops. So this is from June 25th, 2020. In recent weeks, a Maryland panel voted to remove a plaque from Maryland's capital that honors the Civil War's Union and Confederate soldiers from the state. This happened while all the Confederate monuments and stuff were getting torn down and stuff during 2020. Then, legislators resurrected a fight to change the state song, Maryland, My Maryland, due to its Confederate sympathizing lyrics. So, if you didn't know already, Maryland was actually not a Confederate state, but it was a slave state, and it was the border state. It was considered part of the Confederacy later on. Yeah, Baltimore is a seaport town, yes. This comes as communities nationwide are bringing down Confederate monuments. Yeah, see, this is part of the Confederate monuments. Confederate monuments and other racist imagery after calls to do so from protesters. Just locally, communities are discussing renaming streets and schools. The Redskins removed racist ex-owner George Preston Marshall from its Ring of Fame. I guess they were still called that then, before they changed their name to the Washington Football Team. And Virginia Governor Ralph Northam has called for the removal of Richmond's famous Robert E. Lee statue. While it doesn't appear to have been widely discussed recently, there have been murmurs online in the past about the Confederate past of Maryland's famously beloved state flag. Yeah, the Maryland flag is canceled. According to state archives, the distinct design of the flag comes from the shield and the coat of arms of the Calvert family, the colonial proprietors of Maryland. George Calvert, first Lord Baltimore, adopted a coat of arms that included a shield with the alternating quadrants featuring the yellow and black colors of his paternal family and the red and white colors of his maternal family, the Crosslands. However, despite the antiquity of its design, the Maryland flag is of post-Civil War origin, the state says. Throughout the colonial period, only the yellow and black Calvert family colors are mentioned in descriptions of the Maryland flag. After independence, the use of the Calvert family colors was discontinued. Various banners were used to represent the state, although none was adopted officially as a state flag. By the Civil War, the most common Maryland flag design probably consisted of the Great Seal of the state on a blue background. These blue banners were flown at least until the late 1890s. In 1854, though, the Calvert family coat of arms was reintroduced to Maryland when a new law called for a state seal based on the Calvert design. The seal created then was apparently inaccurate, and in 1876 the General Assembly provided for a new Great Seal that conformed closely to the Calvert original. Reintroduction of the Calvert coat of arms on the Great Seal of the state was followed by a reappearance at public events of banners in the yellow and black Calvert family colors, state archives say. Called the Maryland colors or Baltimore colors, these yellow and black banners lacked the official sanction of the General Assembly, but appeared to have quickly become popular with the public as a unique and readily identifiable symbol of Maryland and its long history. The red and white Crossland arms gained popularity in quite a different way, probably because the yellow and black Maryland colors were popularly identified with a state which, reluctantly or not, remained in the Union. Marylanders who sympathized with the South adopted the red and white of the Crossland arms as their colors. Following Lincoln's election in 1861, red and white secession colors appeared on everything from yarn stockings and cravats to children's clothing. People displaying these red and white symbols of resistance to the Union and to Lincoln's policies were vigorously prosecuted by federal authorities. I feel it, Black and Motto, yeah. Yeah, I know that one. I know the one you're talking about. I'm glad they took that one down too. It was tight vandalizing that. I will say that it was a lot of fun vandalizing that junk throughout the years, but I'm glad they took it down. Without doxing myself. The red and white Crossland arms gained popularity. I already read that. During the Civil War, Confederate soldiers who were born in Maryland used the red and white colors and Crossland design to identify themselves. Pins in the cross-buttony shape were worn on uniforms, and the headquarters flag of the Maryland-born Confederate General Bradley T. Johnson was a red cross-botany on a white field. Both the yellow and black design and the white and red design were affiliated with Maryland after the war ended in 1865 and as soldiers returned home. So I guess they picked the flag just so that everybody would be happy. Real liberal shit, you know what I mean? Real Maryland shit. Compromise between pro-slavery and like the Union, you know what I mean? Just like in Carroll County, compromise between, you know, homophobes and transphobes and like literal fucking Klansmen and, you know, queer kids just trying to go to school and not get bullied. So that's fun. Maryland is a fun state. And Baltimore is a great city. It's very good for your soul. What up, Rabbit Kitten? Beagle? No. Beagles are good dogs, though. I'll fuck with beagles. Those are real nice dogs. It's almost 3 a.m. I should probably go to sleep. Well, it's like 20 after 2. Let's figure out who to raid out to. Let's see. What up, baby? You know who we're about to raid into? What up, baby? The one and only. Let's check it. Let's raid into Rotted Ranch. What up, baby? Alright, thanks for watching, y'all. See y'all Wednesday. Come through for the Link with Bink. We're going to talk about being black, being illegal, basically.